A funeral today in Wyoming for Matthew Shepard, the gay college student who was beaten to death. Family and friends gathered at the Wyoming church where Shepard was baptized. Before the funeral, Matthew's father thanked all of those who have sent messages of support to his family, and he urged the public to respect the family's privacy. Meanwhile, more than a dozen anti-gay protesters demonstrated across the street from the church. The city had banned protests from taking place within about 15 meters of the funeral. Two 21-year-old men have been charged in Shepard's death. Bill Lawrence is off tonight, so let me give you a quick early look at the weather. We can expect a few clouds overnight with a low of 8 degrees. Now tomorrow, with any luck, will be sunny. A few cloudy periods, but nice and warm with a high near 20. We'll have more weather details for you later in our program. And if you're looking for something really exciting to do this weekend, we're opening our doors here at CBC Television. You can see this studio, sit in the chair, just mind the eject button. It's all part of a behind-the-scenes look at how we prepare our news program. The CBC Television Open House is on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the CBC Broadcasting Center. That's 250 Front Street. It's right across from the Convention Center, and it's a great time for the kids. Still ahead on the CBC Evening News. In sports, the interspecies Olympics hype. In entertainment, really loving their work. And we'll focus on Toronto's form and function. But next, we'll go close up on a tradition revived.
Well, ever since I was young, I'd always dreamt of like dressing up in a ball gown and having someone waltz me around the dance room floor.
White gloves and an air of anticipation when we come back.
The kids wanted to go out for some Mexican food. You decided to take them someplace really authentic. Finally, a minivan built for drivers. 180 horsepower V6, standard 4-wheel ABS, traction control. The Pontiac Transport.
How would the Wilsons know they had a problem with poor air quality? Blocked air ducts. Improper ventilation. Oh, they'd know.
Take it from Dave Lennox. Don't let a home heating and cooling problem catch your family off guard. Spot the symptoms before they become a hazard with a Lennox Home Safety Quiz. It's fast and it's free. So call for your Lennox Home Safety Quiz today. Because a healthy home is a happy home.
Talk of herbal medicine is beginning to grow. And as it grows, so does the confusion surrounding it, which means it's easy to lose sight of the fact that herbals are medicines that can affect your health, and they should be treated with respect. See the facts more clearly. Ask your Health Watch pharmacist about the benefits of herbal medicine.
Fido introduces a new handset so irresistible, it's inspired curiosity in some rather unexpected circles. Small, easy to operate, and extremely easy to look at, the new Nokia 5190 is sure to leave you taken aback. At only $75 for PCS or $150 for dual mode with national coverage, our newest Fido is bound to please, well, everyone.
One time my microwave went on the fritz, and I had to cook my dinner in the oven. It took almost an hour.
It's stories like this that make me glad I work for Future Shop, especially when we have such great deals.
Now at Future Shop, get no interest option until the year 2000 on all audio and video. Like this RCA 27-inch stereo TV with commercial skip, just $4.99. Someday everyone will save like this.
I'm a survivor. That's all I can say.
Nick's return creates a three-way split.
You know what? We're getting married. Get used to it.
I am not the competition.
Who will win?
I will not put the case in the middle of a tug of war, Paul.
Black Harbor, tonight at 9 on CBC.
You might might have thought debutante cotillion balls have gone the way of bobby socks and Studebakers. The formal parties used to be all the rage a generation ago. Well, there's now an attempt to bring them back as a finishing school for black teenagers. 26 young people made their debut this past weekend at a Toronto hotel. As videographer Mike Wise reports, this is more than just a social event. It's a chance to send out a political message.
Back, 2, 3, again.
Step by step, week by week. It's taken 3 months of lessons to get them this far. Preparing for the night, they'll come out to their family and community as adults, acquainted with the finer points of life.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
26 young people, all between the ages of 16 and 20, from high schools and church groups across Toronto. Most of them were strangers until they were paired up back in July to prepare for their Cotillion Ball.
Something special, you know, that you always see other people doing. You don't think that you're ever going to do it or you can do it. Until you get here, you learn about it and you can do it.
Like, all this is just learning how to do it, but when I get to do it, that's going to be the fun part.
The dancers know they'll be at the center of attention when they make their grand entrance at the ball, accompanied by little sisters, young debutantes in waiting. But with just days before the big event, time is running short to get everything just right.
This side is perfect, but over here it's a total disaster. So let's give it our best now, so when we go next week, it is packed in our heads.
This is where all the hard work will pay off, in a ballroom in this East End hotel. Hours beforehand, organizer Eddie Dawkins is helping iron out the last-minute details and complications.
My mom made it for me.
I hope you guys are going to pay me, you know. Keep working me too hard.
Eddie is a Toronto fashion designer and the founder of the Applause Institute, the not-for-profit organization putting on the ball. 3 years ago, when her daughter turned 16, she got the idea to resurrect the Cotillion, seeing it not as a traditional elitist event, but as a finishing school.
Been waiting for a long time, and it's finally here.
All right.
The Institute welcomes any interested student, regardless of social class or financial status, as long as they can commit to the lessons.
There are a lot of kids out there that are basically really nice kids. They just need a helping hand. And this will give them the confidence that they need to take them through life when they finish their studies and move on.
This is solid, isn't it?
This is for the dessert.
This is the
taller one.
Yes, the bigger one is the dinner.
Okay, dinner first.
This one.
For Dawkins, social etiquette isn't restricted by culture.
Yeah, don't tear it.
How do you eat it? You take it and push the butter inside.
Dear Lord, I just ask you to be with us as we enter that ballroom.
Besides lessons in dancing, makeup, and table manners, the participants took lessons in Black history and community responsibility. This is more than a social gathering. It's an exposure to a whole different aspect of the adult social world.
Well, it's broadening their horizon. They're not restricted to calypso or reggae. That is something new that they can, you know, draw from if they ever need it. I mean, they would never abandon their cultural things. So, you know, it's a lesson.
As the debutantes and escorts dine, outside their families and friends are gathering, waiting for their children to make their grand appearance. This mother has double the weight. Her son and daughter are both taking part.
I taught them a lot, but then going to the Institute would teach them a little more than, you know, what maybe I would teach them at home.
My mom is very supportive, and so is my sister. And we help each other out with the dances at home.
They are more sophisticated, for sure. My son Charles is not so much of a brat. because he was a brat. He still is a brat, but not so much.
Don't button these ones. These ones we're not using. These ones we're using. Can you put this on?
I just can't wait to get on the floor and get it over with. Yeah, I'm so nervous right now.
There we go.
As the big debut approaches, the final lessons are in stress management.
Oh, just cut it down.
Okay, please come. Next couple.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Second couple.
Third couple.
Third couple. What?
Oh, boy.
Most of the parents, they've never seen their son dance the waltz. So tonight it's going to be an eye-opener to see them have a young lady in their arm and just waltzing around the floor.
We end up here.
Our first debutante, ladies and gentlemen, Sherry Nicole Mordecai. She's 19 years old. Tiana Davis, daughter of Marilyn Squires.
Her escort is Kevin Vaughn McDonald.
Chantel Elizabeth Butler, she is 17.
Patricia goes to Lakeshore Collegiate Institute, and she plans to be a successful accountant in business.
After 2 dances, there's time for a brief rest.
Oh, that was wonderful. That was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad it's over.
I was not nervous until the moment I stepped through, my throat got dry. Thank God I didn't have to speak.
But the evening is far from over.
Chantal.
They learn one lesson from this, then I'd be very happy if I know that I was able to enhance the life of a few young people in the sense that they can better themselves, and when they're out there, they can face anything.
Mike Wise, CBC News, Toronto.
Is there a place for debutante cotillions in today's world? Let us know. Also share your thoughts about our program and the stories we do. Our phone number is 205-7700. Our fax number is 205-7166. And here is our email address, tvnews@toronto.cbc.ca. Lots of reaction to our close-up documentary last night on the Jane Finch neighborhood. Jane Finch won a Caring Community Award. Here are some of your comments.